Hello guys, welcome to EV by Gen Z. My name is Adam and I'm going to be the host at EV by Gen Z. We're going to be doing lots of reviews on electric vehicles. They could be the top of the market EVs or some that are just entered, some fresh baked EVs. And we'll be reviewing those to see what we think about them and obviously how they're going to perform in many different scenarios. And I guess what are going to be the features, the cool things about them, and so many different things about these EVs. So today guys, we're going to be talking about the all-new Geely EX5. It is definitely a very strong competitor for the price it is, and for all the features that you get inside the car are pretty insane. And obviously it's an electric vehicle, so that's another pretty cool feature because we're getting into the future. Electrics are the newest thing on the market right now. I'd also say a big thank you to Pacific Motor Group for lending us this car for the weekend, so we can have a test of the car, we can see how it feels like, what it performs, the features in it, and so many different things inside the car. And obviously this is a brand new car that just entered the Australian market. There is no other Geely on the Australian market yet. They do have way more models around the world, but currently this is the first ever Geely model that has entered the Australian market. So let's get into it and review the Geely EX5. Thing you may not know about Geely, or because it is pretty much a brand new car on the market that you may not know about, is that Geely is, I guess, the top of the tree, or like the roots of the tree. Geely owns many different car brands, not just Geely by themselves, because Geely is like the root of a tree, and then you can see the branches spread out, and that's where Volvo is, Lynk & Co, Lotus, and all those other brands. The Geely company owns those, and I guess they all work together. And that's the great thing about it, is that now you can see the actual car, you can see the really nice design on it, and that's kind of where they mix with all the Volvo and the Lotus-y futuristic types. You can see like all the body shapes around the whole car, and you can see a little bit of resemblance in other different cars of how the body shape goes. Alrighty guys, so we'll start from the front of the car. So at the front we've got these really nice big LED lights. They definitely do look pretty slim, but trust me, they throw a lot of light onto the road, especially the high beams. I was shocked how well the high beams actually work. Knowing how slim that is and that it doesn't have a huge gap to show that array of light, it definitely does shine it very well. Then we've got two sensors at the front, the tow hook so you can tow the car, and then obviously we've got a camera here. You may be wondering, why a camera? Like, who needs a camera at the front? You only need a rear view camera. Well, because this car has 360 cameras all the way around the car. So we've got one on the side, two on the mirrors, one in front and one on the back. That creates a full 360 view all the way around the car, which really helps you while parking, because obviously if you're getting really close to a curb, you can't physically see if you're on the driver's side and the curb's on that side, you can't see that curb. But because of the cameras, you can see the top view of the car and how close you can get to the curb before hitting it. Then we've obviously got our nice Geely logo at the front, nice and silver, so we've got that one there. And underneath the hood, we unfortunately do not have any storage. It's not a frunk like any other brands. Here we've got the electric motor and all of the fluid fillers, so filling up your windshield wipers and stuff like that, and obviously just maintaining the car so it runs properly. So we do have our charging port right here. So we've got the normal AC charging, and we've also got the option of DC charging. So double the power if you do go to like a supercharger, but if you don't go to a supercharger and you charge it at home, this is perfect one for you right there. So here we do have our 19-inch alloy rims. They're very well designed, they look pretty nice. And then obviously we've got our Goodyear efficient grip tires. So they're the SUV version, so this is like a mini SUV, this car. So we do have these 19-inch wheels. Then we've got our mirror right here. So we do have our blind spot warning there. So So that lights up orange if we do have a car in our blind spot. And then we do have our small camera right here for our 360 viewage of the car. And then here we do have our indicator on the side of the mirror. And at the front as well, we've got the huge strip going down. It is a nice big line of orange, so people definitely will be able to see this when you're driving around. Now I'll be shocked if they complain that they didn't see your indicator turn on, because mate, these are huge. Then obviously we do have, I just saw a small text right underneath the light that says full LED tech. That's a cool little Easter egg, I guess. So that says right there. And then we've got our normal headlights at the front here, and they're also high beams as well. Then at the bottom down below, we do have our sensors. So there's one there and there's one on the other side. And then right in the middle, we do have another little camera. That one is also to make the 360 cameras to work, so you can see everything around you. And right above that, we do have our Geely logo. What I have realized as well, we do have a small little Easter egg right there. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's little huts on the side of the windshield, which is pretty freaking cool. So now we do have our door handles, and inside you can see that key lock that I mentioned earlier, that you can use a key to open up the car. So once you do, pull this handle. So now we are in the driver's side. So first of all, we've got our steering wheel. This isn't your normal shaped steering wheel. We do have the sides, or like the bottom and the top, completely shaved off. Honestly, I really like driving with this steering wheel. It's probably one of the most comfiest steering wheel shapes I've ever driven, to be honest. Like obviously circle, like yes, you've got that full rotation, but honestly, this isn't even that bad. You do have all of your controls here. The left side is all made for cruise control. And then the right hand side is for audio and changing the telemetry that you have on your display on the dash. Also, a really cool feature that I have showed a couple little times to activate the AI inside this car. So with this button, there's a silver button on the steering wheel that has like a person and like radio waves coming out of it. All you have to do is click it.
What would you like to do next?
Close my window.
All right.
Isn't that cool? I mean,
I
can instantly, oh yeah, and then you have to turn it off because then it's gonna keep yapping to you. But isn't that cool? Like you could instantly tell it what to do. And like, for example, if I say, okay, I'm cold, it's gonna pump up the temperature on the temperature gauge. So then I get a little bit warmer. So that's a really cool feature. We do also have this like sensor here right above the steering wheel. So it does detect your face and it can check if you are falling asleep or if you're like distracted by something else. It will let you know on the dash saying the driver is being distracted. Same thing on the HUD display, the heads up display. It also will display that you're being distracted, or you have to put your steering wheel, both of your hands on the steering wheel, or any of those kind of notifications. Then obviously at the top here, we do not have any kind of like sunroof controls or anything like that. We've only got two lights which are touch activated, so those two can turn on by touching them. And then we just have our hazards there, so you can just turn that one on and off, and then obviously you can just turn those off with just touching it, just like that. Then we do have our mini dash here, which is kind of like our main display that we normally use when you're driving. It's going to tell you your speed, how many kilowatts you're sending into the motors, how much range you've got left, the current time that it is, the waypoint. So if you have a waypoint of where you're going to go, it's going to tell you the closest exits or your next turn that you're going to have to take, your blind spot mirroring, your parking brake, and obviously your indicators as well. So there's your indicator there. When turning on your indicator though, on the big screen, your little camera turns on, your side camera turns on, and you can see everything around you when you do turn on that indicator. Once I do turn it off, it's gonna turn off, but if I go with my left one, it's gonna pop up on the other side as well. So this is gonna show you, or you can just press the zoom in button, and now you can see pretty much everything around the car. Obviously the door's currently open, that's why this side's a bit like wigged out, But if that was fully closed, everything is perfect. Then once we turn off the indicator, everything would turn off and go back to normal again. Then with these controls, they switched out on what side indicators are. In Australia, generally every indicator is on the right hand side, whereas in this car, they're on the left hand side. So it's a lot different than what you normally do. And a kind of sketchy part is when you think about it, the right hand side is changing your gears. So you can put into park, reverse and drive. So every time you touch that, you think, oh crap, did I just do the wrong one? Because every time you switch that, you're like, is it gonna change the gear or not? So luckily they did build in that feature. If you do go like just normal driving, even at a really low speed, you can't just accidentally switch it, because that is probably something that I guess they intended that people would do. If they accidentally switch that, they're thinking the indicator's on, where it's not, it's just them changing the gears inside the car. So yeah, the indicators are on a different side, and there's different levels of turning on the indicator and turning it off. Once you do it lightly, it only blinks 3 times. And if you push it all the way up, so it's like a double click, it's going to be infinite. And same thing the opposite way. So to turn it off, you just pop it down, and then that only blinks 3 times, and then you push it all the way down, and then that's going to blink infinitely and just turn it off. So it is like the mostly European style indicator compared to what the Australians are kind of used to here. Those 6 different massaging options. So now, right now we did have the wave mode. So if I select crawling, see if I can show you guys that one. Don't know if you guys can see that, but you can see the different parts of the chair levitating, going up and back, going on different sides of the actual chair. Yeah, now you can see it. So now we're up to like this bump here, and then it's gonna go down, and now this bump here. So this is currently like, this would massage your back really well, especially if you're having like a really long road trip or something like that, and the only way to stretch your body is, I guess, trying to move your whole body around the car. So that's an extra option that you can do, is just use this massaging feature, and it just massages you. So like there you can see the squishy part, and then here it gets a bit harder there. So you can see that all of that massaging options inside that chair right there. Then once I sit down, a good amount of leg room here. So I am 5'7", so it is a very decent nice space. I can put my legs fully under because there's nothing under here. We do have that little storage area here as well. In the middle area, we do have our air vents here, and then right underneath that, not sure if you guys can see that, we do have a USB-C and a USB-A port, and right underneath that one, we've got a little kind of compartment area that you can put, like, I don't know, cables or something that you don't want to keep laying around on the ground. You can just chuck some cables that you're normally going to use for here if you go on like a road trip or something. You can chuck them in here, close that back off, and you're good to go. The great thing of that, because this is an EV obviously, you do have a nice flat floor here. So you don't have like the normal car, like normal diesel and petrol cars, where they have a huge bump coming here, where normally where the center person sits. Here you do have a fully flat floor, so they do have a way more comfortable experience when sitting in the middle. And then on the right hand side, obviously it's the exact same thing. We do have that baggage. When you're sitting in the middle, you've also got the armrest here, so you can just grab that one open, pull that down, and then you've got a nice armrest here. You do have those 2 drink bottle holders in there. You still have that really nice leather all the way around here. All of this is all leather. You can see here's another example of the floor being fully flat. There's no bumps here, there's nothing there. And then obviously the coolest part of being in the passenger is your panoramic roof. I mean, look how big that roof is. It is so nice to have. You can sit, if you sit right in the middle, I'll show you guys how it looks like. You sit right in the middle, like I am right now currently, right in the middle, loads of room space. You can always just take the other passenger's space. You sit right in the middle, and now you have that full view above you of the whole entire ceiling. And then obviously you've got your whole iPad section, your center console there, and then on your left side you have all your windows there, and then on your right side you have more windows, and then behind you even more windows. So you pretty much, when you sit right in the middle, you can legit have a full 360 view from just sitting in the middle here, because you can see pretty much everywhere, even the blind spots, you can see everything, which is really cool. And having this panoramic roof is really, like, it's definitely a plus, because you're gonna get so much more light into the car and it's not always just gonna be dark. And obviously you can just open that whole entire roof panel there, and that whole thing pops up on top of this one up here. Lighting wise, if you do use this car when you're at nighttime or driving around, to turn on these lights here, you have to click them, and they're like they're not faint, they're quite bright LEDs, but the way they turn is pretty cool. It looks like an emerald, and you click that, and it does like a fade in, fade out type thing, which is really nice and fancy. I think that is a pretty cool feature. And then you obviously have a second one there. There's none in the back, and then you still have one in the middle. To open the roof, you go here, you go into the roof section, you have the option to open the blinds fully open, and then to open the full ceiling, all of that is going to open right there. So that whole roof is going to pop off. So you have full empty sky up here, and then you've got that wind shade. To open the back of the car, there is a button right next to the rear view camera. You just have to click that once, and it is an automatic boot, so it will automatically open up. And now you can see the inside of the boot. You may wonder, but I think this isn't the biggest thing I've seen, and you don't think you have enough space. Well, what Geely has thought of is all you have to do is grab this little rope right here. You just pull that up, you tug it towards you, it folds in, and now look at that. You have a lot more space now, probably like around, I don't know, 10, 20 centimeters right there, just drop down. And to make it even better, you do have a safety, I guess, compartment, or all the stuff that you need in case your car breaks down, or if you need to put like your massive charger in there. You always have that huge tub space all the way at the bottom here. And then you've also got like the emergency toolkit here. If ever the car ends up breaking down, you do have that toolkit right there. And then you can just close that back down. Or if you think that there's too big of a gap here when you're trying to slide things in and not like just drop them in, you can always just pull that back up, that goes out, and voila, it's flush with the whole entire body now. Goes down the other chair, so now you have a way bigger space than what you normally originally have. And then you can still obviously drop this one even lower. If you don't want it to be flush and you just want to carry even more stuff inside, you can always just drop that floor down even more, so you have the whole entire area just for storage. And then if not, you can just chuck these seats back up just like that. So you may be wondering, I have mentioned before 16 speakers. So the 16 speakers, we've already got the 6 in front, and then the rest are near the back. So we've got one tweeter right here. We've got a bigger size speaker at the back there. We go up towards near the passenger seats, so all the way up here. And now we have one speaker there. We have another one on the other side, and then we've also got another 2 on the other passenger side. Then going to the boot of the car, then we do have that one big subwoofer right there. So that gives you all of the bass pretty much through this big bad boy right here, and you get like really nice quality sound system. And in total, we do have those 16 speakers that sound really, really nice inside the car. Now, when you go to attempt to close the back of your car, you may be wondering, okay, there's 2 buttons, which one do I press? Well, first of all, I tried this one, it does nothing because your boot's already opened. So obviously it's going to be this one here. This one is flush inside, so it doesn't get rain damage, because that one is covered in rubber, whereas this one isn't. So this one is made for closing the back of your car. All you have to do is click it once, and then it's going to start closing by itself. And there you have it. So we have now arrived with the Geely EX5 at the charging station. We'll see how this goes. So I'll now open the charging port. So all you have to do is click it in, open it up, and because we do have DC charging here, you can take the top one off and the bottom one off. And now we're ready to charge. See the progress there? Initiating charge. Oops.
No,
Oh, it's charging.
jedzie.
Whoa, that's cool.
Godzina 13.
1 hour 13, guys. 34%. We're gonna be here for a bit. And we'll check the Geely as well, see what it's saying inside the car. Yep, so as you can see, we've got this pretty cool animation where it gives us this green effect on it. And we've got the charger there, it's sending power through. We've got 34%, 1 hour 13 remaining, 150 kilometer range right now. And then charging power is at 77 kilowatts. And the charging current is 194 amps. So, oh, it jumped down the time. So now we've got 51 minutes, which is even better. I won't mind that. So we're currently at Office Works, the closest supercharger to us right now. We have got the Geely EX5 charging nicely right here. And then we've got our charging station. So here we've got it plugged in. Very nice. And then looking at the machine, there's our power coming out of that rope. Charging with Charge Fox here in Australia, Autel. That's currently charging. They've got the Geely EX5 sitting here. And then if we look inside, we've got the current. So we're currently at 39%. Very cool lights though. They really do look like a Porsche Taycan. Like, damn, that looks cool. I love that look. Such a sleek design. And obviously the sticking out door handles. Very nice. So now we are currently sitting in the Geely EX5 while it's charging. We've got these really cool ambient lighting all the way across here. And then obviously we've got our massive iPad screen right here. So currently we have 196 kilometers, still got 46 minutes of charging time. And then we've got a really cool animation right here of, I guess, showing how the energy enters the car, which is pretty freaking cool. And obviously on our little display here as well, we've also got all the details there. And we've also got ambient lighting behind the steering wheel as well. So pretty much the ambient lighting goes all the way across the body. Unfortunately, it is only near the front passengers. There's no ambient lighting near the rear. But still, I think that's pretty freaking cool, guys. I mean, just look at that ambient lighting. Show you guys what I can do. I want my massaging right now. So what I can do is go into home, vehicle settings, and now I can go into comfort seats. And then from that, I can go into here. And now it has a full display of showing what every single seat does. Here we've got all the options. So we've got steering wheel, auto heating and heat. We've got the driver's seat, so we've got the ventilated and heating. And we've got auto vent or auto heating. Then here we can deactivate everything. And here we have our beautiful massaging options. So because I am in the left side, I can go into modes. And here we've got our 6 modes. We've got wave, shoulder, walk, lumbar, serpentine, and crawling. I really personally love wave. So I'm gonna select wave. And so I'm currently in that mode. As you can see, it did turn purple there. We can select that and we can change on how much pressure or how much strength it's gonna push into my back. So my personal preference, low is probably like the best. It doesn't like hurt, but it's also really comfortable at the same time. And then also having these options here, I can get out of, oh, hello. I never found out that. I can go into seat, I can go out, vehicle settings again. And now here, I can adjust my seat. So, because I'm in the passenger seat currently. Also, the great thing that I've mentioned before, we've got our speakers here. So we've got one speaker here, we've got one speaker here, and one speaker down here. And so that's already 3 speakers in total, just in this one little area. And then we've got another 3 on the other side on the driver passenger seat. And to make it even better, the headrests of the Geely EX5 for the driver and the passenger have speakers in them. So that gives you even more experience on sound wise. So what's that? 8 speakers already, and that's just like the front of the car. I'm not even talking about the back of the car yet. Then here we've got all of our options. So we've got surround sound. We've got all these cool little features. You can scroll up and down. It's infinite. Also, this display is so quick. Like, watch this. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Bam! Straight away. Bam! Bam! I mean, come on guys, look how bright this screen is. It's blinding me. And the cool thing, if I don't like my wallpaper, I can just pick my wallpaper. Oh yes, this is the vibe guys, this is the vibe right here. And obviously we do have maps, so we can see where we are currently. It's very responsive. We can zoom out all the way and look at that. We are in Australia guys. And then you can see, let's see if we can zoom out to see the rest of the world. No, okay. So that is the maximum there, which is 500 kilometers in total of seeing what we're seeing right now. And then we can press that button and it flies all the way of where we are currently, which is pretty freaking cool guys. Definitely a very responsive map, and you can search stuff really easily. You just press the search button at the top, and you can just search many different things. Or like I can look for example, EV charging station, and it legit tells me every single charging station near me, which is pretty fancy, and I really like that a lot because then you don't have to use your phone all the time. And then if we go back into the menu, we've got all our different cool little features. I mean guys, come on, Candy Blast, yes. Yes guys, Candy Blast in the Geely EX5, level 10. Let's do this. That one there. And then from there, we can also do a relaxation space. So what that does is you can set the different themes, so it can go waves, you can do a forest, a scenery, and then rain again. So for example, if I like the beach a lot, I can set it for 5 minutes. I can press take a break, safety reminder, some doors are not closed. Alright, so we'll close all the doors. There we go, close all the doors. Yo, it just closed all of my windows.
About to recline. Please ensure there are no passengers or belongings in the rear.
So yeah, look, already 291 kilometers charged and only 35 minutes left. And you have all these cool things. We got mileage statistics, so we've got all of our information there. You can see what all the kilometers are. We've got like the current trip, we've got the mileage, elapsed time, average speed, and these are all like the energy consumption curves. And then at the bottom here we can see what's consuming the most battery. So we've got driving 76%, AC 7%, battery thermal 0%, and other 17%. And then at the top here you can see the mileage of the car currently. So we've already got 2,500 kilometers on this car. That's pretty much it, what you can see. So that's the current 50Ks, and you can go current 100Ks. So for example, right now we've got the average power consumption of 15 kilowatts per 100 kilometers, which is pretty nice. I can go back to home. Actually, no, I want to go see my core statistics. There we go. Look, 300 kilometers already. It's zoom in with charging. So yeah, we do have the supercharger plugged in. It's charging us nice and fast, definitely not slow. So yeah, the power currently is 78.5 kilowatts. Voltage 411 volts, and the current is 188 amps. So guys, we have now been sitting in the car for a little bit. I'm honestly shocked how fast it's actually been charging. We are currently at 90%, so 374 kilometers estimated. But the cool thing is what I've realized, once it reaches the 80% mark, as you can see the power underneath it, we are now at 22.8 kilowatts power charging. So normally it was chilling at 80 kilowatts, but now that we've passed the 80% mark, it is now charging at pretty much 20 kilowatts now. So I'm not sure if that's like a safety thing or just making sure that it doesn't damage the battery in any kind of way. So just making sure that the battery is to the highest standard as possible so nothing goes wrong with it at all. And then obviously we've got our current there, so our current is 56 amp hours and our voltage is 402 volts. So guys, really close. Came up saying charging almost fully charged. Got that 99%, 13 kilowatts an hour, 409 kilometers, and then yeah, nearly there. Oh, it finished. Charging is complete. Spent time 51 minutes, 410 kilometers, 100%. Bingo lingo, let's go unplug the car. So in total, it was $25 Australian dollars for 42 kilowatts for charging it. Took us 51 minutes, and now we can unplug this massive cable. So that one's unplugged, and now we can put it in just like that, and I guess that's it. There's our information there. Oh, never mind, it disappeared. Doesn't like me. Alrighty guys, so now we have fully charged up the Geely EX5. We can now plug back in all of our charge plugs. So we'll go smaller one first, and then the top one, and close it. There we go. That's probably about it of what I can talk about the Geely EX5. It has definitely been a very fun time driving around this thing. It's definitely a completely different experience to what I'm used to. I mean, let alone just having massaging in the seats is so nice to have. Something you'd never think of having inside a car, like generally, like it's like, oh, maybe I'll have massaging in my seat. So it's definitely got their cool gimmicks and all the cool little features that do put it a step ahead. And obviously you do have all of these premium materials. Nothing's creaking, no like creaking plastic. It's like full, nicely like well-made plastic, and all of this stuff is really well made. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, as this is obviously one of the first episodes ever on EV by Gen Z. My name is Adam, and thank you so much to Pacific Motor Group for lending us this car for the weekend so we could have a whole bunch of fun with the family, while also making a review on the car itself, telling you guys what we love and what we hate about this car. And well done Geely, you guys have done a really good job, and you guys all know it. Drive safe and keep exploring.